Hi everyone, I'm Crystal from Mingchuan University Office of International Students. Today, I'll be giving you a brief introduction of the MOFA Scholarship Regulation. First of all, Taiwan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs is delighted to welcome all the students around the world. During this pandemic, Taiwan is opening borders for international students, and schools here are open. Being far away from home and family can be really difficult and stressful. We're here to help you to adapt to the new environment and to know your rights and responsibility. Every student is expected to be fully acquainted with and to comply with all the rules, policy, and regulations. MOFA Scholarship is divided into two parts. If you go to the Mandarin centers for the first year, you will receive 25,000 NT dollars per month. And starting from the second year, when you start your degree program, you will receive 30,000 NT dollars per month. When studying in Mandarin centers, there are requirements to meet. If you fail to meet the following three documents, your scholarship will be revoked. If your average grade is lower than 80 for 2 terms straight. Second, by the time you complete your study in Mandarin Center, if you fail to pass your Chinese test, which is called TOEFL, level 2 for listening and reading. Third, if you violate any laws or have any major demerits from your school, your scholarship will be revoked. Starting from the second term, if your grade is lower than 80, or if you miss more than 12 hours of the class in a month, your scholarship will be withheld for 1 month. After complete your study in Mandarin centers, if you fail to register for a degree program, you will not be able to continue your MOFA scholarship. So make sure after you complete your study in Mandarin Center, be sure to register a degree program. However, there are also requirements to meet when pursuing a degree program. If you fail to meet the following three documents, your scholarship will be revoked. If you miss your classes for more than 2 months, your scholarship will be revoked. For undergraduate students, if your semester grade is lower than 60, for master degree student, if your semester grade is less than 70 for 2 semesters straight, your scholarship will be revoked. Same, if you violate Taiwan's law or receive any major demerits from your school, your scholarship will be revoked as well. Each semester, for undergraduate students, if your average semester grade is less than 60, for graduate student, if your average grade is less than 70, your scholarship will be withheld for 1 month. And during semester, if you miss your classes or leave Taiwan without permission from your school, then your scholarship will be suspended for 1 month. So please focus on your study, go to your classes, work hard, and keep in mind of all your obligations. Important notice: recipients studying in Mandarin Center are not allowed to transfer to another Mandarin Center. However, when you start to do your degree program, you are allowed to transfer to another department or educational institution once only. For every MOFA scholarship recipient will be able to have a return plan ticket. However, you should use it with the 1 year upon graduation and no later than the end of September. Please apply 2 months in advance. Recipients who have dropped out or had your scholarship revoked should use the return plan ticket within 3 months after you have been notified by MOFA or your school. Students who fail to follow the aforementioned instruction, you will not be able to have your return flight ticket. After entering Taiwan, everyone has to apply for the ARC. When you get your ARC, please check your name, passport number, birthday, and the purpose of residence here on the card. Make sure to extend your ARC every year before the expiry date. And if you move to another place, make sure you change your address within 15 days of your contract signing dates. Remember, it's your contract signing dates, it's not your moving date. Any violation will lead to fines. Insurance system in Taiwan. All the international students are required to enroll in a group insurance for 6 months. After continuously staying here for 6 months, during these 6 months, you can leave Taiwan for once and less than 30 days only. Then you will be eligible to join the Taiwan's national health insurance. Your national health insurance card will look like this. It has your name, ARC number, birthday, and a picture. And you may visit any clinics or hospital with the symbol of national health insurance. With your national health insurance card, you will only need to pay for the registration fees and the co-payment. Any international student who wishes to work in Taiwan has to apply for a work permit. No matter what kind of job you have, on campus, off campus, with payment or no payment, you have to have a valid work permit before you work. If you work illegally, if you work without a valid work permit, you will be fined from 30,000 to 150,000, and you will be ordered to leave Taiwan immediately. And if you wish to work in Taiwan in the future, you will not be permitted to work in Taiwan in the future if you work illegally during your studies. Please keep in mind, focus on your study, be well aware of your program's requirements, manage your time effectively, spend your money wisely, learn to be independent. Cherish the opportunity to study in Taiwan because not everyone has this chance. Meet friends and be cautious about the relationships you develop with. Each of you represent your country. Your attitude and behavior determine how you are perceived. Your empathy is always your family here in Taiwan. You're free to contact them when you're in need. I'm sure your ambassador will be happy to keep close contact with you. Remember that you are not alone here. If you need any assistance, we always here. Questions regarding scholarship, please contact your school's international office. They will be much more familiar with your status. However, if you need to contact Taiwan Scholarship Office, here's the address. Or you can dial this number to look for Miss Ling. The number is 02-2882-4564. And her extension number is 2396. Or you can simply email them for your questions. Okay, so now we have been going through the regulations. I believe you have some basic understanding of this requirement. We'll now welcome our one of the MOFA Scholarship recipient in Taiwan to join us. Hi, Muli. How are you?
Hello, Crystal. I'm doing great, and thank you so much for inviting me. It's a pleasure for me to be part of this session today.
Okay, do you want to tell all the viewers, students about you, a little bit about you?
Yes, my Chinese name is Molly. Formally, my name is Mario, and I'm from Nicaragua. I have been in Taiwan for 3 years already with the MOFA Scholarship.
Okay, so how's your schoolwork? Is everything all right with you?
Everything is going perfect. Actually, I'm preparing for my midterm exams, having all my papers ready to have good scores.
Oh, so good score. Do you know how much do you need to maintain in order to keep your scholarship?
Yes, in fact, I have to have at least 60% hit my scores to have a good grade in scholarship.
That's correct. Since you are undergraduate, you need to reach at least 60 marks of your semester grade so you can keep your scholarship. For master degree student, you need to have at least 70s so you can maintain your scholarship status.
Right, perfect. Now, talking about the scholarship, I wanted to ask you, for this upcoming winter break, I'm planning on applying for a job. So how should I go about that?
Well, if you wish to gain some working experience during the vacation, you can. However, before you start your job, you need to apply for a work permit because any international student, no matter if you are a scholarship recipient or not, before you work, you should apply for a work permit. If you work illegally without a valid work permit, you will lose your scholarship. So make sure before you work, you have to have your work permit.
Very good. And I wanted to ask you as well, after I graduate, I'm planning to go back to my country. How should I go about applying for my plane ticket?
Oh, actually, MOFA provide every scholarship recipient a return flight ticket. However, you have to keep in mind of the timeline. You can only use your return flight ticket within a year and no later than the end of September of the following year of your graduation. So make sure you apply in time, and actually you have to apply 2 months in advance for you to use your return flight ticket.
Very good. I'll have that in mind for sure. Then there's one more question I want to bring to you. I have a friend that he's in Taiwan already and he wants to pursue his studies here, and he would love to apply for a MOFA scholarship. Is it possible for him to do it here in Taiwan?
There'll be no problem. As long as he submits his application through the Taiwan office in his home country, he can still have the chance to become one of the MOFA scholarship recipients here in Taiwan. So we really welcome him if he submits his application through the Taiwan office in his home country.
Very good. I'll let him know as soon as possible so he can take advantage of everything that I have been with my MOFA scholarship.
That's great. So right now, since we have been talking a lot, I believe you have a lot of understanding of the regulation. But we'll have to check if the viewers online, the student online, do you know the regulations? We'll move on to our prize time. There will be 3 questions. If you know the answer, please comment below. Whoever the fastest and get the answer right, you will receive a surprise from the Taiwan Scholarship Office. So for the first questions, which period of time MOFA graduates cannot apply for their return flight tickets? Options are A, right after the graduation, B, next June, C, whenever they want, even if it's 3 years later. Do you know the answer? This question is a bit tricky. Which period of time you cannot apply? Do you know the answer?
Yes, Crystal. The answer for this question is C.
Correct. You're supposed to use your return flight ticket within a year and before the end of September of the following year upon your graduation. Let's move on to the second questions. Is it a must to apply for 1 year Mandarin learning before the degree program? The options are A, yes, I must go to language centers before my degree program. B, no, it's optional. However, I can only choose a major that is conducted in English. Do you know the answer? I know you've been to Mandarin Center for the first year.
Yes, and I know that the answer for this one is B, no.
Okay, so it's optional. If you didn't go to the Mandarin Center for the first year, you can only choose a major that is conducted in English for your degree program. And last but not least, let's move on to the third questions. Can I transfer during my study time in language centers? Do you know the answer? Is it yes or no questions? Can you transfer?
In fact, no, you cannot transfer.
Okay, according to the guideline of MOFA scholarship, recipients taking the Mandarin Center are not allowed to transfer to another Mandarin training center. So choose your Mandarin Center right once you enter Taiwan. Okay, I believe all of you have a much more understanding of the MOFA scholarship regulation. I hope you guys enjoy Taiwan, and I'll see you in Taiwan soon. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. It's been a pleasure.